Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I appreciate you joining me. Um, Really would just take a few minutes. By now, you've heard the governor's announcement ending brick and mortar school for the remainder of the school year. And I just wanted to take a few minutes and touch base with the community before we go into spring break. As you know, these are unprecedented times, and I'm proud to say that our entire school community, including the people that I'm blessed to work with as part of Rochester Community Schools, have gone above and beyond in the service of our children. From our support staff to our tech workers to our grounds and maintenance to our amazing teachers and our administrative team, people have really gone above and beyond to connect with the community, to maintain our relationships with our students, and to continue learning in the best possible way that we can. So really, I'd like to take a moment before I speak about anything else to just really offer our gratitude for your support, our gratitude for the wonderful community that we're able to work and live in, and a gratitude for an entire staff of professionals that continue to be examples of love, hope, and inspiration to our children and setting an example for our entire community. I really, really appreciate it. When you think about municipal partners, we go as far as our school liaison officers who have been working, particularly Amy Dramer, at making sure that food gets delivered to people that need it, to partners like Mayor Barnett, who has made sure that I've been involved in meetings where I can get information to help us make the best possible decisions for our students. And to our entire community, this cannot be done without your support. I've gotten so many emails of concern from myself, which I really appreciate, as well as thanking our staff and myself. It's greatly appreciated. I've tried to send emails back to people as much as I possibly could, showing my gratitude for your support. But quite frankly, it's gotten very difficult. So if I haven't gotten back with you yet, I will. And I truly appreciate the support that you've shown our entire team. Again, you know that the governor has issued an order to end brick and mortar school through the end of the school year. And as we move into spring break, I just want to talk a little bit about the importance of what has happened and why it's happened. And I've gotten some feedback about curriculum and about end of the year activities, and we'll talk about that in a moment. But I really want to talk about the seriousness of the situation that we're in. There are family members and staff members in our community that have been touched by this crisis in tragic ways. You know that our county, particularly our zip code, is particularly hard hit by the virus. And it's important, ladies and gentlemen, that we come at this with a trauma-informed lens. And what I mean by that is it is not business as usual. It is not school as usual. Unfortunately, we are not going to be able to provide kids with 6 hours of instruction each and every day like they would receive in a school building. With an interpersonal connection like they would in a classroom and in a school building. But what we can do and what we will do is stay connected with your children. What we will do is continue to build those relationships. What we continue to do is make sure that your students feel loved and they know that we love them. And we'll continue to provide the best learning that we possibly can. In the next couple of days, hopefully you're recharging your batteries with your family, and our staff is taking some time to process what's going on and what has happened. As we move forward, I'll be working hard with our cabinet team here, with our partners across the county and at the ISD to make sure that we have a path forward. Now, the good news is this. We have been in a leadership position from the get-go on this. We have gone at this from the notion that we might be a long-term closure. We've worked hard with our labor partners and with our teaching team to make sure that we are providing instruction in a way that we could extend it if need be, and that need has come. So I feel really good about the place that we're in as an organization in terms of our ability to connect with kids, maintain relationships with kids, and continue to deliver content to the best of our possibility. Keeping in mind that we're in a public health crisis, and even some of our own staff members are dealing with sick loved ones, potentially hardships financially in their own families, and having their own kids at home while they're trying to work. So this is not business as usual. You've been very patient with us, and we appreciate it, and we'll continue to do our very best by your kids. but your patience, everyone's patience, is going to be critical. It is spring break, and many of us probably a month ago had trips planned at places sunnier than it is in Michigan generally at this time. Unfortunately, that hasn't worked out, but I still think it's equally as important for us to take a break. It's going to be important for us to take a break as we work through the regulations and the governor's executive order and meet the requirements of that. And it's also important for us just to take a moment to process what's going on, take a moment to connect with our own families, and take a moment to take care of ourselves. You know, since last summer, we've been working with the Center for Trauma Resilient Communities, and it's really shaped how we think about our relationships with kids, think about our relationships with other adults, and think about our relationships with the community. And our experts at the Center for Trauma Resilient Communities really urge us in a time of crisis like this to just take a moment and slow down and process. So I'm going to ask that we all do that right now. Over the course of what generally would be spring break, where our seniors would be taking trips potentially, and some of us would, even myself included, be going to a sunnier climate and hopefully doing something like going fishing or whatever you would like to do in a warmer climate. So please take a moment. I know it's hard. I know that that the structure of school is important to everyone, and one of the things that we like to do in a crisis is to maintain structure. But let's have the courage right now to just take a little bit of time, process, hug our kids a little bit extra, make sure we're connecting with them. Let's not underestimate the impact that this is having on our entire community, and especially our young people. This is a loss to them. I know we're feeling a loss here. Our seniors are certainly feeling a loss for all of the things that they haven't been able to experience thus far. And quite honestly, we miss you. Over the past week, I've read to probably, I don't know, 10, 12 elementary school classes from kindergarten on up. And it never ceases to amaze me, the connections, the smiling faces that I see with teachers and students, and the parents in the background with a smile on their face. I read to one kindergarten class this week, and the teacher clearly had tears streaming down her face because she was able to connect with her students, and she was so pleased to see them. And the kids were full of smiles to see her and have that connection. So please, let's not underestimate the importance of our relationships at this critical time. Let's not underestimate the crisis that we're in, and make sure that we're taking care of each other. And this is a special message for our seniors. Now, please know that this is a special time for you and a special kind of loss for you. We're going to work diligently together to make sure that you can have those traditions that you're missing out on. We're going to have to get creative about it, and we're going to have to work together, but we're going to have an opportunity at some point to celebrate our seniors, celebrate their honors, and celebrate all of the great things they've done while they've been with us at Rochester Community Schools. So please don't lose hope. You know, a lot of times when people are under stress, they get angry, and that's understandable. I know I've been probably angry a few times over the course of the last month. But please just take a moment to take a breath. If your family has their health, thank God for that. And once again, just let's slow down, let's process, let's support each other. And over the course of spring break here, and again, we're going to call it spring break. We are going to take our spring break. Our staff has been working extremely hard. Everyone is suffering a loss. We're going to take some time to process, but I also want you to know that we're here for you. I'm not going anywhere. Our staff is not going anywhere. If you need help or support, you can always hit the Talk to Us button. Shortly, we're going to have more information out that if your child needs support from a counselor or a social worker, we'll have a way to have a person on call so they can connect with you. If you're having issues with food distribution, you can always hit the Talk to Us, but we'll have support for that as well. We will continue to provide the community support with food while we're engaged in spring break. Really, what we're urging you to do is just take some time to process, some time to lean on each other. And I'll be working diligently. I don't want you to worry about the executive order from the governor for the next few days. I'll be working diligently with my partners across the county, with the superintendent at the Oakland ISD, and we will get through this together. And again, the good news is we've had a process, we've had a plan, and we've already engaged. So our students are in good shape. Our district is in good shape to move forward. What's going to be critically important to us now is to continue to lean on each other, continue to realize that the crisis that we're in, and continue to love our kids, to make sure they know they're loved. I know I say that a lot, ladies and gentlemen, but it's really, really important. In times like this, you can't assume what your intentions are. You have to state your intentions, and you have to state those things to your kids. They need to hear it over and over and over again. And if you happen to hear my graduation speech, I say this every year in a graduation speech, the most important thing I want our kids to know as they leave us as graduates, that they're loved and how much they're loved. So please take the time. We'll have information out to you as we get it. I want you to know that our seniors will be taken care of. We will be providing for them to be graduated at some point in the future. And we'll have a plan for the rest of our students to matriculate through the system and to meet learning benchmarks so we can move forward and have a positive reentry whenever that time comes. Again, if you have questions, please hit the Talk to Us button. Feel free to call me. I will return your phone call. I will be in town and be around and engaged in planning as we move forward. Most of all, I want you to know how proud I am of our community, of our entire staff. This is an opportunity for us as much as it is a crisis and a tragedy. And I think we're meeting the requirements of that opportunity quite handily. I'm very, very proud of each and every one of you. I'm proud of the partnerships that we've developed. And most importantly, I'm proud of how much we've loved our kids and supported them. Thank you. Please enjoy your spring break. And again, if you have questions, please reach out to us. Take care.